Welcome back, spooky friends, to our final Halloween season episode for 2022. But fear not, we will be back in a few weeks as we gear up for another holiday. But before we get into that, I want to welcome you to this final 11th episode in our first season, which we're still going to continue our first season on. But for those of you who don't know, I am Zach. I am the host of this here podcast. To my left, for the 11th consecutive episode, we have Calvin.
Yeah. Undefeated.
Would you like a gold sticker?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought we brought the gold stickers. Did we not?
No.
Oh, boy.
Who's this man?
And to my right, back to wrap it up like a circle, like a perfect circle, we have our consultant, Josh, also known as sometimes as the word referee.
The word referee, Peebles.
Oh, yeah. We can talk about that.
The finger point.
Blimpo, yeah. So today's episode, we'll all be talking about our season reflections, what this season meant to us, meditation, thoughts, and vibes for 2022. And we'll also be talking about what's to come going forward, other spooky events, and highlights for the next calendar year, even though we're not in the next calendar year, but why not start teasing a little bit about that? Of course, our Calvin, you've got some shout-outs, legal shout-outs to take care of.
Yeah. So, first off, thank you guys. Back Pocket Recording Studios, they let us use this space to record our show. If you guys need anything, they're located right here in Play City. They'll do, like, albums, and if you want to record your own podcast. And our honorary fourth man, I lost the paper, but it's the shout-out swear jar. Also counting fun facts.
We don't know what that could be. That
It's-
could be
You
a
know,
moonshine
for
jar.
the next season, we're gonna make something.
Yeah,
I
we
think
needed a better
the
jar.
pumpkin needs to be the...
We could do that, but yeah, something better than a jar
Also,
with
if
a
you would
piece of
like
paper.
to make something for us and send it in, you can email Calvin at sirhenryshaunted.trail.com and get his mailing address so you, one, can know where he lives, and two, send us a new shout-out swear jar.
I'm gonna have to open a PO box. But yeah, shout out to our honorary fourth man.
So yeah, 2022 season. If you're watching this episode, we have completed our 16th night, our final weekend, just last weekend, of Sir Henry's Haunted Trail. And
Bittersweet.
boy, what
Is it bittersweet, or can we just go ahead and say we're just gonna close? We're not gonna do this anymore.
I'm out.
You love that bit.
Yeah, I do.
Josh is Josh, and that's why we love him. That's why he's here, consultant.
Nancy.
I gotta. Somebody's gotta be the dividing wall
Yeah,
over here.
We got too many positive people here, but no. So 2022 was a heck of a season. Crazy busy for us. A lot of cool things were happening. We're going to be reflecting about that today. Yeah, Calvin, what initially, before I start getting into some of this stuff, what's something that stands out for you?
From the season,
No, from 3 years ago. Yeah, this season.
there was a lot of people. There was a lot of people.
Good crowds, mostly.
Yeah, good crowds. People were pretty nice to us, I think, and when it comes to reviews and what they thought about the trails and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, that's what you got to get when you put out a quality product.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Exactly. Quit being modest over there. No, people thought it was badass.
Yeah.
and we're about to ready to rip it out for next year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people liked it.
That's, if you're new to the show, welcome. Or if you've been here for all 11 episodes, then you know all the stuff we talked about this season. We're not going to go back into that. You can go back and watch those other episodes. But you do know that we put a lot of effort into a lot of different things this year, including Trail One Headless, amongst other things, including our common area too. And the biggest thing that we heard from everybody, especially those who have been to the event before, was, oh my gosh, yeah, we love you guys, but this year, whoa.
It's just something different.
This is crazy. And of course, they talk about Headless and how beautiful and wonderful and unique. Well, the cool thing about Headless that I heard a lot of is that, and this is from, we have your average guest who's, likes haunted houses. Oh, that's so cool. But then you have your like haunted house enthusiasts who go around and see other haunts, not just in Florida, but around the country too.
Yeah.
And they come and see Headless and they were like, that is the most unique original trail I've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
Which is extremely humbling, but also wonderful to hear because we know our hard work paid off.
Because this was like the year that I've put the most time and effort in, so it's very rewarding to see the response. And I think a couple podcast episodes ago, I think it was me, you, and Lindsay, we said that Trail 2 is going to be the sleeper trail this year. And according to a certain website, we were voted the #1 scariest attraction in the state of Florida.
What website?
TheScareFactor.com.
ScareFactor.com.
Said specifically that Final Cut was the scariest haunted attraction in the state of Florida. And I think Headless was #5, right?
Yeah,
I think
something
so.
like that. Yes.
Headless was
I think
#5 and Final Cut was #1 in the state. So, yeah.
Well, that's it's in a house.
Yeah,
It's always worse when it's in a house.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's-
people hate the houses.
Yeah,
It's always
very-
creepy. It's got the ghost vibe, and it's a lot easier to put jump scares in there because of how tight it gets in
Yeah.
there.
I think like Trail 1 will be appreciated more by Trail 1 Headless being what was I saying? Appreciated more by people that are haunted house enthusiasts. Yeah. Trail 2 gets eaten up by like your average haunted house goer.
Gets a lot more screams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Once you start screams, you start building screams, and then
Yeah.
everyone screams.
It flows.
Yeah,
You
and
scream, I'll
I
scream,
said
cry,
Trail
scream.
2 was going to be Final Cut was going to be a sleeper.
Yeah, and it was.
And no shade at all to a Rapture of the Deep, or Third Trail. No, that has been. A lot of people have talked about that as well.
Yeah.
I posted one of the social media posts was, hey, well, what was your favorite trail this season? It was pretty evenly split. I think I was leaning heavy towards Headless, but Rapture. A lot of people talked about Rapture of the Deep, and one of the things they talked about was the whole underwater vibe. I think that was really cool, and so I'm glad that conveyed well to our guest. And then the other cool thing, obviously, was all the animatronics in Trail 3, which are totally custom.
There, every trail was really good at one thing, so it's like really hard to decide, like, oh, which one was the best. They're all different.
Did you
in their own way.
have a favorite trail?
I don't know because I have a bias towards each one of them. Really, I don't know. I like Rapture of the Deep because I like the aquatic part of it, and I like the second half where it's all underwater, of course, all our moving parts in there.
Yeah, I will make a point to go over there every night just to watch one particular animatronic. And by now, you all know it's the anglerfish, which is probably going to be a video on our YouTube of that animatronic in action. So, check
but
that out.
I think probably I don't know, not by much would probably be Rapture of the Deep. Do you guys have one?
Interesting, Josh. Do you have a trail favorite? I know you got to go through one time as a guest.
Nope.
Guess
I never did.
I thought you did.
You never did?
It's my pet peeve every year. I just don't do it for some reason.
Well, you saw it with the lights on, no
Yeah.
actors.
Oh, I've walked through it all.
Do you remember?
Yeah. Just because I came a little hungover doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Actually, I wasn't hungover. I was drunk.
Yeah, that was.
Happens a lot. No, I don't know. It's got to be.
Well, your fiancée went through the trails, though, didn't she?
Yes,
Did she have a favorite?
I think overall, with all of her friends together, their favorite was Final Cut.
And that's what we heard a lot, most of it.
Because
It's
they got
scary.
so many people in the group scared, and she was laughing through it so much. She just thought it was a great time.
She was entertained.
Entertainment factor.
Hey, we know a little thing or two about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I don't have a favorite. Maybe I don't know. It's so tough because it's like you said, Calvin. Each trail has its own little thing. I love the consistency of the theming on Final Cut and how that whole thing came out with the whole grayscale that we talked about and all that stuff. But then I love the animatronics on Rapture at the Deep, but then the sets of the Headless and then the actual live horse that we had out there this year was pretty spectacular. And a little side note, something we do internally with all the
Who was that? Was that me?
oh my goodness.
That was me.
Is this
What
your
a-
first episode?
What a rookie.
Something we do internally with our trails and cast is each year we pick a trail winner, and that's decided largely in part by me each night based on the opinions of guests, what they're saying each night, me, myself, and I, and Sam and Calvin as well.
We collaborate.
Reviewing, our thoughts as well. We had Sam on a couple episodes past, another one of our show managers. So each night we'll pick a trail winner, and at the end of the season, we'll whoever has the most wins total is our trail of the year. And
they get a nice little trophy that sits in the costume shop.
Yes, and they do. And we have starting dating all the way back to, I think, 2018. It was our first year when
it wasn't carving.
It was Silent Walls.
Silent Walls.
Silent Walls won. So by now I do know who won this year. I cannot reveal that.
Yeah, we're not allowed to know.
So we'll reveal it after on our next episode back when we come back.
To jump back a little bit, I think I do like Trail 3 a lot because of the boardwalk. I think that's one of my all-time favorite scenes.
Well, great. We're going to tear it down next year.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Tearing it all down.
Yeah, no.
It all must go.
We built that, 2 years ago?
No, we built that in 2021. It's been 1 year.
Oh, what do you
1 year.
2 seasons. No, it's only been 1 season. Anyways, but that was like, yeah. What? Never mind.
All right.
I like the
Oh, here we go on the dates.
You guys are confusing me now.
We're going to get stuck on 2013 again.
I don't. It's not that.
Spit it out, Thelma.
It's not that I didn't like Trail 3, but because I did, and I think we did a good job of it. But
Never likes Trail 3.
No, I loved it last year. It was my favorite. But some of the aspects of Trail 3 got a little boring to me this year.
That's okay. We know what we can do with one set.
We are in the process of planning things ahead, so it'll be interesting to see what we come up with for that trail going forward.
Which I'll let everybody know, this is the earliest he's ever talked about redoing something, because normally he doesn't even want to think about what he's doing the next year.
Well, I'm not
until January 1st.
Well, yeah, we're you're getting ahead of ourselves, but January 1st does mark the year 2023, which will mark our kickoff for our 10th season.
Woo!
That's a big deal.
Yeah, especially
we'll throw in
where
some
we're at.
audience.
Yeah, applause.
Live
studio. Yeah, thanks, live studio.
Our live
audience.
studio audience coming in for the win. But yeah, so
Wasn't that Jeb Bush was like, please clap, or was it? Please laugh.
oh, Lord.
Anyway,
Well, we can
anyway, as
Into
you
the
can
oblivion.
tell we don't care about this final episode. No, but you have I've got some highlights I want to talk about for the 2022 season. Josh, do you have a highlight?
Do I have a highlight?
A highlight for you
From 3 years ago.
personally that stands out for the 2022 season?
A highlight. I didn't, blow my knees out when those few nights I
Yeah, you
slept
did
back.
take care of your body this year as playing Peoples, considering all the gravel, and I know you had a little asphalt getting your pants. Or something.
Yeah, a couple times there. He's put in a lot of effort to kind of improve the pathways, but at the same time, that also does not vote well for a guy who slides on the ground with no knee pads or anything like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it got a little excitable a couple times. So
Yeah, he came up to me and goes, Zach put asphalt down in Trail 2? And I was like, yeah. He goes, you want to know how I know? He's like sitting in a chair in the back, just like tore up. Poor guy.
I think I still got stuff on my knees.
And that's
Probably.
that's the effort we go through for our fans.
Yeah.
Spare no expense.
Yeah, this might be the last year of that effort for me.
We got to figure out some kind of new character for you.
It's going to have to be some dude with like double knee replacements or something.
I mean,
We could figure something
get the
out.
crutches out, get the wheelchair out again.
We're not getting the wheelchair back out again. Your father cannot push me.
What do you think we laid the millings down for?
Mark can push me around. I got a new character already.
That'll be a scene. That'll be a scene.
We just got to
But
get a
we
replacement for the
digress.
parking lot.
Yeah.
We digress. So one of the things that was cool about our 2022 season was that we got NXT WWE back out to Sir Henry's Haunted Trail, and they filmed their Halloween Havoc special episode, little promo bit, their little skit they do in each of the episodes, and they had the female wrestlers out there doing their little fight scene thing. So that was cool. We got to feature some of our characters and our sets as well, and we were on national TV, so that's always cool.
Yeah.
Can I ask for the boogeyman, please?
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
We need the boogeyman to come out.
we got some friends over there. Scotty Too Hottie, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
But we'll see what we can do for that because I know you really want to get the boogeyman out.
Oh man,
That would be
just
so cool.
I want to eat some worms with him.
Yeah,
There you go. And smash clocks over your head.
exactly.
And then we had all of our new merch. I mean, the things I was excited most about were the playing cards. And
Yeah,
those
those are
came
so
out
cool.
pretty freaking cool. And then we had our Sir Henry's Twisted Cider again, which we featured here on the episode a couple times with Lindsay, partnered with Keelan Curley. So that was awesome. An absolute ton of media coverage, not just talking about our
Social media?
social medias, our YouTube, our media nights with that. But we were also featured on several local news stations. I got to go in studio for an interview, so that was cool with Gail Gallardo on Bloom TV. So lots of
and our own media outlets that we started this year. Yeah.
And here we are talking
Yeah.
about our own media on our own media show. What about you, Calvin?
Well, I already talked about my highlights from this year. Was guest response.
Oh, guest response.
Yeah, I thought
Did anything interesting come from those guest responses?
Do you want to talk about your escape games? How did those go?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I forgot all about that.
Well, so Bloody Headlines is a little oversight on our part with the durability of some of the puzzles.
With escape rooms in general,
Yeah.
durability is always an issue, so I wouldn't count that against it. But I from my perspective, I think, and what I heard too was a lot of people enjoyed cavities.
Yeah. I think that Cavities was overall better received because it was more
I think it was a little more straightforward. The
User
theme,
friendly.
a little more user friendly is the word I was going to go for. Yeah.
And yeah, I think Bloody Headlines might have had some technical issues, some issues that came up, but I think it was a good learning experience for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
About how we can improve going better, and that's something we can talk about next. Is what are some things we saw this year that we want to improve on? Because just like we said from the beginning, we while we do like to laugh at ourselves, we are also very critical of ourselves
Yeah.
and what we can do better, not just for the experience or the sets or the design, everything, but the functionality of the event.
Well, while we're on the topic, I already have a lot of plans to how we're going to upgrade the escape rooms.
Ooh, news to
I was
me.
about to say, if you've got plans, X-nay those immediately.
Yeah, right. But also, as big and as elaborate as the new sets are in Trail 1, they're pretty much a blank canvas for whatever we want to add upon.
It is nice because the way we built it,
Yes.
is very transformative and moldable into whatever theme we want to play on that. So that is wonderful. Kind of like with Trail 2 now we're getting into.
Yeah.
Where it is a haunted house, but we can pretty much put whatever theme that fits within the setting in there now too. So that's cool.
So it's not like that it needs to be improved, but it definitely...
Well, we're still going to
Can,
add some
yeah,
scenes.
exactly.
I got a big scene in mind for Trail 1 next year, which you won't talk about, but it's going to be cool.
And of course, the facade upgrades on 2 that we
And we
do.
still, we talked about this. We never really talked about building the mansion. We got to do some more stuff of that, throwbacks, and
Of what it was like to build the mansion?
well, just of the history of the seasons and what it was like.
I don't know if Josh wants to talk about that.
I don't.
Might trigger my PTSD.
Yeah,
but
right.
no. But one of the things you guys know, we built the brand new big mansion facade in 2021.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
But what's
No, I'm just kidding.
this? We don't care this episode, man. We're just good to be here
Years
right
ago.
now. But no, one of the things we wanted to do was add some more detail onto it because we kind of viewed it as something that was, again, just like everything else at the trail, something we could always improve on.
Yeah.
And we want to add a front porch on it. We want to add some cool new siding things and things of that nature. So you might even see some new additions for our next event.
Yeah.
For our next
little whispers in the wind about what that's going to be.
So that'll be cool. That'll be cool to see.
Josh had an amazing time building the mansion, a little TLDR there. It was his favorite thing he's ever built.
TLDR.
It's a Reddit. Never mind. Just
Just
not a little
stop.
too old.
Just remember, he
Yeah.
has social medias.
Yeah, medias.
The social medias. I'm on Facebook.
It's basically, to make a long story short, Josh loved building the mansion.
Well, of course he did. Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
At 2 a.m. I mean, who
Exactly.
wouldn't?
With ghosts. The ghosts were helping us put up nails.
Yeah, the ghosts were doing all kinds of stuff to us, including when we get really tired and forget that the lift is still attached to the structure and almost flip yourself out of it at 50 foot. But hey,
Hey, it's all for you, our
Skydive.
fans. But no,
only
yeah,
you
so,
make safety happen.
So we got we obviously have we're gonna have new sets, stuff we can improve on, and we'll add to going forward for our 10th season.
Might be seeing some new pathing on one of the trails.
Probably most likely.
Hopefully.
But even as far as the common area and the functionality of that too, and the lines and how we put people through, we'll be always working to improve that. But we'll be seeing some changes next
I
year.
want to put an extra spotlight on that for next year.
for better signage, things
Yeah.
like that. Just those little bitty things.
Maybe I can convince him to actually have a really grand entrance sign.
Well, it is our 10th year, so
Be looking for it on I-4.
yes. We do have some big plans. I can't give them away yet. That's why you got to keep watching this show. Calvin, do you have anything else you want to add to that?
To
Anything?
Is there something I should mention?
I don't know. Is there?
I don't know. I feel like you're hinting towards something, and I'm not
No,
understanding.
you're not. No. Yeah. So that. Anything else you guys want to add about our season's reflections?
I don't know. I'm just very proud and happy.
How do you feel
this
about
season.
this season compared to other seasons past?
So before this season, I always thought that 2020 was our best season.
Candy Tree, Marionette of the Dead.
Yeah, the guests loved it. Everything went pretty smooth on insider standpoint, and that I think this year has definitely topped it for me.
I would say, I don't know that this is my favorite season, but I think this is the best.
Favorite season and best season, I think, are two different categories.
Okay, so this is the best season we've ever
Yes,
had.
exactly.
From a product standpoint for our guests. Absolutely.
Well,
No
product
que-
and I think, execution.
execution.
In
too.
the parking and making sure people get in and
Yeah.
kind of go through
Yeah,
the
we
lines
had,
as quick as possible and get people out at a reasonable hour.
Yeah, we had it was very very smooth, and of course we have our hiccups. Everybody does, every event does, but we made it work, and it was great. But
No real big prop failures.
well,
Slight.
we had the anglerfish on the ground.
Well,
One night.
Yeah, well, it was only one night, but it's not
And-
like something
yeah,
that
no.
imploded and
Oh yeah, no.
you've got.
I can't remember the last big thing that was like that. Yeah. Audio texture.
Yeah, but no, I mean it was a great smooth season, and we thank all of our fans for coming out and supporting us. And it's always so good to see so many familiar faces that are repeat customers and visitors to our event. And Sir Henry always makes sure to take care of you guys. He loves seeing you. And I know he gave away some free swag to you guys too, so that's pretty cool.
Hey, even got recognized on Halloween.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that was pretty cool too. A little side bit. We obviously weren't open on Halloween, so I went trick or treating with my wife and our 2 6-month-old baby twins, and we did that whole thing. And then I dressed up as Sir Henry, my parents' house, and walked around the neighborhood terrorizing kids. That was classic and fun, but it was cool because I got recognized a handful of times as Sir Henry. People came up to me, like, Sir Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I haven't got the opportunity to talk to you about that.
So that was cool. Somebody just, oh yeah, we were at your event like 3 weeks ago. We loved it. It was awesome. And then, while I was at my parents' house, somebody was like, "You're dressed up as Sir Henry." I was like, "That's because I am."
Yeah.
It's like, oh
And did you do a display too?
Minimalistic.
Minimalistic.
minimalistic, lot of look. So I just set up a ton of LED floods on their house because their house is nice enough to accent floodlights. So purples and greens. It was all purple and green. And then I had half dozen skeletons and bow ties and top hats climbing around the house. It's just
Oh, okay. So yeah, just little stuff.
what's the word?
Mise en scène.
Well, that's Lindsay's word. That's Lindsay's word. I might have to add that to the shout out swear jar.
Yeah.
Is I'm not gonna say. I don't want to butcher that. There's a word out there.
Okay. Anyways,
I think I'm thinking of like
A little
practice
touch of Sir Henry.
just a little touch of gray.
So a couple weeks ago, you and I got to go.
Oh, yeah,
on a
yeah.
cheeky little trip.
So yeah, I had.
Wait, not a lot as fun as when I go with y'all.
Yeah,
It wasn't. So I try my best to during the month of October. It's a problem because having a haunt, running a haunt, you don't have weekends. Weekends are non-existent. You're shackled to the haunt. But so if we do have any time, it's usually during the middle of the week, like a Wednesday through Friday, that we go to see other stuff. And we were able to go see our friends at a petrified forest in Altamont Springs.
Oh, yeah.
We did that on a Thursday night because they're open on Thursdays and we're not, so that worked out. And then they came and saw us. So
On that following Sunday, yeah.
And so that's, we love our friends over there. They're great people. If you haven't checked them out, definitely check them out next year. They have a great haunt. They have 3 haunted trails too. They're an outdoor event, just like us.
If you like us, you'll love APF for sure.
That's always a fun time. But I wanted to go up and see 2 particular haunts in Pennsylvania, Field of Screams and Bates Motel, which I talked about on a previous podcast episode, that Bates Motel was like the first big independent haunted house out of the state of Florida that I did with my father when we were first starting to figure out, hey, what are we going to do? Mm-hmm. And how's this going to look and how do other people do it? So Calvin was able to come with me, and we went up there from Wednesday to Friday morning, and we went
Friday morning.
It was rough. We had to leave at like 3 in the morning to catch a 6 a.m. flight.
I have to tell you the story.
But
Hey, the only reason I didn't get to go was because of Hurricane Ian.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ian.
Yeah, exactly.
You ruined my whole October.
so quite literally. But we did get to go up there. So we went to Bates Motel on Wednesday night, and here is our live reaction video. Let's tee this up right here.
What's up, spooky friends? Zach and Calvin here from Sir Henry's Haunted Podcast, and we're bringing you a little sneak peek, throwing it back to end of October. Here we are in where we got Glen Mills, Pennsylvania, or some exotic location in Pennsylvania, where we just finished Bates Motel Haunted Hayride. This was my second time here. It's actually the first big independent professional haunt I ever did. Calvin's first time. Calvin, what'd you think of Bates?
The hayride was really cool. They had some really cool dynamic sets, and then they have a through the corn kind of trail, and then an actual like indoor haunt, which was really cool. A lot of sensory things going on there. Reminded me of the Midwest, is what I said to Zach. Was just a lot going on.
Yeah, it was fun time.
Great.
When I came last time, I think the hayride was my favorite, but I think the haunted house was my favorite this time. It's also cool to like compare like where we are now with our event, and to see that, hey, we're pretty legit too. No, not stroking our own egos, but it is cool to see. So we're actually going to Field of Screams tomorrow night to see their stuff.
Super excited about that.
They also have a hayride. Maybe we're seeing a trend here. I don't know. No trends.
It's also really cold. It's like 40-something degrees.
It's 47 degrees right now. I've got 18 jackets on. It's still not enough.
Yeah, we look like dorks with matching jackets.
Yeah, we're totally not on an R&D trip. All right, spooky friends. Till next time.
See ya.
All right, wow, what a video.
So you can tell we were doing our best car video review.
yeah.
It was no review. It was just a reaction to what we experienced, and it was a good, fun time.
Yeah, that was my first time at Bates.
Yes. What did you think?
I thought it was really cool. I like, obviously, the atmosphere up there. Whatever, them roads in Pennsylvania are insane. But yeah, so we get there. They have like a Busch Gardens parking lot. It was huge.
Yeah.
And
Can we get one of those?
yeah, I
This big as
wish.
Field of Screams.
Oh yeah, Field of Screams. We're getting ahead of
That was a
ourselves.
Busch Gardens parking lot.
Yeah. But obviously it was an R&D trip, so we're just kind of focusing on like the little things of.
So they had a hayride, they had a corn maze, and then they had their
I was
little
taking too long, so I had to cut to the chase.
haunted trail, just so our guests can be on the same page as us. We did the hayride first, and that was legitimately a 20-minute hayride.
Yep.
You go through all these big scenes, all these huge animatronics,
A lot of pyro.
a lot of pyro, really cool stuff. You're on a wagon, sitting on hay on your butt.
Sounds dangerous.
Well, they do it differently up north.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't worry about the hay and the fire. That's fine.
Well, I mean, Calvin almost got his hands cut off. So.
Yeah, they have it down to a science.
Yeah,
for
their
sure.
precision of the tractor driving is very.
Yeah, and if you're not with the science,
But yeah, so it was a good time. We enjoyed seeing some news. I mean, I could definitely see what they improved on and added all their new stuff since the last time I was there 10 years ago.
this was my first like big hayride.
Yeah.
Because like a couple podcast episodes we were talking about how I went on the fireman's hayride. That freaked me out so bad I got off.
Yeah.
But no, this was really cool.
So you can see these people do legitimate hay rides.
It was legit.
And then, so the following night, we went to Field of Screams, and here's our reaction car video to that.
What's up, spooky friends? Night number 2 of our haunted quickie road trips. Quickie. And we are at a Field of Screams here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, or something.
Montville.
I don't know. First time here for both of us. They've got 4 attractions: a haunted hayride, like 2 house trails, and then a trail. And we were thoroughly impressed. It's one of the few events we've been to that has like an actual common area. You got like rock concerts going out there. The houses are pretty intense.
Yeah, there was one like the actual first half of the trail was some of the most intense haunts I've ever seen, and like he said, they actually have a common area, which is kind of rare for us to see, but it was great. It was probably my favorite part, was just their common area, just to hang out.
Yeah, it was a cool place to hang out. I feel like I know what our guests feel like when they come to our common area. They just want to stay.
Now we know
because
how
we
you
don't
guys
know what
feel.
it's like to experience our own event. But yeah, cool stuff. Definitely want to come back here.
Absolutely.
The hayride was intense too. They like close you into their scenes. Like you go into like a barn or whatever it may be, and they like close these garage doors on you. It's pretty cool, pretty intense. And then it's like strobes, actors, chainsaw, all this stuff.
I haven't felt the feeling of like what is about to happen until you got on the hayride and those doors closed.
Yeah,
And it's like,
it was a little sus.
Yeah.
Sus. Definitely, if you're in this area, recommend it. This was a fun time.
Yeah, we got recognized.
Oh, and we
Yeah.
got recognized. Somebody comes up to us and is like, "Hey, are you guys Sir Henry?" I'm like, "Yeah." And apparently, so they knew who we are from Tampa J. Shout out to Tampa J.
Dollar.
And they were like, "Yeah, we watched your videos from Tampa J, and we just had to come see you." So they apparently came from for our last Valentine's Day event in 2022. I think it was Chris. I think your name was. Shout out to Chris, my boy here, for recognizing us at Field of
Yeah,
Screams.
apparently
Pretty cool.
he used to
Pretty
work
cool.
here, loves the show, loves us, recognizes us.
Y'all got an awesome show up here too. So see you soon, Chris. Show some love. But yeah, Field of Screams, awesome. 10 out of 10.
Might be a new favorite. I don't know.
It's definitely top 3 for me.
Yeah.
Definitely top 3. And they do like a lot of grunge, gore stuff, which we know that's not my style, but I definitely love the way they did it here. They did it very there was a lot of purpose,
Yeah.
a lot of creativity in how they did stuff. And
A
they
lot
had,
of dynamics. Everything.
they had a huge Tesla coil that we just saw going
we
in the car.
were walking through and we were like, I can see that Tesla coil, and it didn't go off. But walking back in the parking lot, we could hear the Tesla coil go
And
off.
then the other cool thing we saw too, there's like this actor on a bungee in a staircase,
Oh my gosh.
just literally flying between 2 bookshelves almost. Crazy stuff.
Write that down. Write that
Yeah.
down.
So awesome job. I guess I feel like we're doing some kind of review right now, but that's not what this is.
No, this is just us documenting what we're doing. Yeah.
But cool deal. We'll see you guys soon.
Yeah. See you guys.
All right.
And there you have it. Our reaction to Field of Screams. We were both thoroughly impressed. It was a very, very intense show. Their style is grunge. Grunge horror, and that's totally fine. That's not necessarily my style, but I could totally and absolutely appreciated the production value that was put into this show as well. They had a common area. It was one of the few places I've ever been to that actually had a legit common area, and so now I know what you guys as guests love about our common area.
Why you guys just don't want to leave?
Yeah, so because I can't experience our event like you can.
Yeah.
So that was cool, but so they had a hayride, 2 houses, and then their outdoor little trail wasteland, nocturnal wasteland. The houses were everything was pretty intense.
Yeah,
Like-
it was Crazy.
I don't get this is my first time there. I don't get freaked out at these things or scared or legit, but like my anxiety was a little raised, a little elevated going through some of these houses.
We hop on their hayride, and like he's saying, I don't really get too nervous or whatever, but I'm in the front corner of the hayride or whatever, and we get to the first scene and something happens within that scene, and I look at Zach and I'm like, oh my god! Like
they take you into a big warehouse, garage type of thing in these different scenes, most of them, and they close the garage doors on the trailer. The wagon or the tractor's outside, the wagon's in this warehouse barn thing, and they close these garage doors, so you're just trapped in there,
and it's
you don't
pitch
know
black.
What's going to happen? And these strobe lights start coming off, the fog goes, the music goes, all these animatronics
Animatronics
are
coming,
coming.
yeah.
It's nuts.
I did not expect the garage doors, and like I said, I was front corner of the hayride, like the optimal spot.
And some cool stuff, you know. We had to crawl through an attic over a dead body, like legitimate crawl. You almost got pushed down some stairs.
Oh yeah, I did. So yeah, they do touch you there. Which we did not know about.
Did not know that. This one lady on the hayride literally got grabbed and drug around on the wagon by an actor. Don't know if that was set up or actually happened. Well, either way, it was pretty intense.
Yeah,
and then
I got stabbed with a couple chainsaws.
They were shooting actual blanks. And guns on the Nocturnal Wasteland part,
and I think
on the hayride too. Yeah. And of course they had pyro and all this stuff too. But really cool experience. Definitely, if you guys get a chance and you're in that area to go check Field of Screams out. Last little bit about that was Sir Henry's was actually recognized at the event. Shout out to Chris, and I think I said this in the video too. We got recognized for our jackets we had on, and Chris had also actually been to our Valentine's Day event, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
awesome stuff. So it's been a busy season. We packed a lot into it, including doing this podcast.
Yeah, we're tired
every week. We're tired. We got to go catch up on our rest now because
oh my god,
we got our
horrendous.
Next event. It doesn't sound as bad as you think. We got our next event coming up, and no, it's not October 2023. It is our spooky Christmas.
Yeah.
Drawn out for dramatic effect. But yeah, so we are doing once again, our spooky haunted Christmas.
Do you feel better about it this year?
Sir Henry's Haunted Christmas. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, last year, we didn't really know what we were going to do. There was a couple different things going on. Life situations, trail situations, and yada, yada, yada. I was hesitant to do Spooky Christmas, but I fell in love with it after doing it, so here we are once again.
It's great.
And if you're watching this, it already has been announced officially on our social medias. But yeah, we will be doing, I think it's like a 5 or 6 night run. Dates are being finalized. It'll be a fun time. We'll feature 2 trails, not all 3, 2 trails. And then we'll feature both 2 escape rooms, laser tag, axe throwing, all that good stuff. Some new common area characters, a lot of new characters.
New themes, obviously.
New-ish themes.
Yeah.
Themes with a twist.
Yeah, different from Halloween, I meant.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, absolutely. They're going to be Christmas themed, obviously, with Christmas stories. So that's going to be pretty cool. I had a blast last year doing the spooky Christmas.
Yeah, I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. Sure.
I honestly didn't either. But
he was very hesitant to do it.
Very hesitant.
He went back and forth and back.
It was the most back. It was like a tennis match. Dun.
He'd call me. Do you really think I should do this? Oh, I don't know. What are the people going to say? I said, just open it.
Yeah. So we did it, and it was nice because it's not like Halloween where you have all these other different Halloween events around. So there's not like an expectation of, it has to be like this or it's not going to be any good or whatever. Christmas, the Haunted Christmas is much more of a
campy.
Well, it's campy, yeah, but you have a lot more creative liberty and freedom. Like we had Little Jimmy and Big Jimmy last year. For those of you who came, it was laser tag was themed out to angry gingerbread people, and we had the big styrofoam foam cutout of Big Jimmy, and then we had a common area actor called Little Jimmy, who was a blow up gingerbread with an angry face with a knife. He was going around shaking people.
Yeah.
His voice was
Didn't he kill me?
I think he killed you as the heat miser
point,
a couple times. So that's just fun, and it's got the horror, but it's kind of cute. But it's just fun. We're just having a fun time, and of course we still pack in the scares. we did a lot of cool new little things, and last year with the Krampus Trail and the kids.
Yep.
And then we had kind of the darker side of it too with our version of A Christmas Carol's story, which was cool. So you'll still have the darker, spooky elements, but then you'll have the kind of goofy,
The
campy,
fun stuff.
fun Christmas stuff, like Frosty. Frosty will be coming back this year. Frosty, I love Frosty, man. Frosty's a fun character.
Frosty was the snowman with the cigarette and the broom. Yeah.
Hey kids.
Yeah. Picture on screen.
Yeah, that so that was fun. Then we'll have Krampus out there once again, and of course our deranged Santa and Mrs. Claus, which I believe Santa had a big fireball bottle. Here with some big stogies.
Oh yeah.
Last Christmas. So I don't think he has a nice list, that Santa Claus. So Santa and Mrs. Claus. We've got some new common area characters coming. Like I said, the escape rooms will feature 2 new themes too, so that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, even if like spooky Christmas doesn't interest you, you should definitely come out and see the transformation, because the transformation from Halloween to Christmas is impressive in itself.
It's
is
fun.
It
And
is
it's just
fun. But if you're one of these people who I hate Christmas,
Well, great. That's the perfect time for you to come out and
Yeah,
see.
exactly.
I mean, it'll-
Not Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, I love Christmas. Don't get me wrong. I love Christmas. Which is probably why I was so hesitant to do this. But yeah, you should definitely come check it out. This is something for everybody too. And we don't do any kind of blasphemous things, if you will. It's all
Lighthearted.
It's all lighthearted. It's all for fun. It's nothing. We're not killing baby Jesus or anything at the altar. I could never do that. So it's not that kind of event.
No, not at all.
But yeah, so we got our spooky haunted Christmas coming up, and then of course for 2023 in February, we will 99% chance this returns haunted Valentine's Day event once again.
Holding out for that 1%.
There's always 1%. And a lot of you guys love that. It was our first off-season event we did that wasn't Halloween or October. So that'll be fun, too. There's always a spin on that with Love's Revenge. But talking about 2023, that's a big year for us because it marks our 10th Halloween season. That's a big deal.
Especially where we're at in Central Florida.
Yeah. Not many places make it 10 seasons, but we've been fortunate enough because of our wonderful fans that have been with us from the very beginning. And it's also always cool to hear some of these people that even this year that we've been coming out since your first year. I'm like,
Yeah, sorry.
Thanks for the support. But
You've made this possible.
Yeah, even some of our actors.
Yeah.
This
we
year
have. I think we
are,
talked about that one. So Christian and Ava, Christian's an anthropology teacher at USF and has been coming out since our first year in 2014 and decided to act with this year. And
My man.
He's been great. They've been killing it. But so we have a lot planned for 2023. I can't get into it all.
A stressful amount.
Well, you guys saw what we did all this year with the sets. So, of course, we'll be bringing you brand new themes for 2023. Hello. Yeah. We're already working on those themes. Yes.
They're all staying the same.
No.
Yeah, right. I don't know. Headless. Some people did want headless this day. I hear you.
It's understandable.
But so all new themes coming.
Lots of infrastructure upgrades.
There's a lot of more infrastructure upgrades. That'll be the biggest thing. But there will also, you choose my words carefully here. It is a high priority for me to add more entertainment for guests. And that is a very, very vague statement. I'll leave it at that for now. But I'll let you guys start talking, inferring, starting rumors. Maybe we can get a Reddit channel going for what's that mean? So
there's context.
We got to talk about this because all these people out there are putting their Halloween Horror Nights speculation maps out there and all this stuff. I want to see some Sir Henry's Year 10 speculation maps. Right,
that could be cool.
You've been put on notice. I want to see what the themes are going to be. I want to see what what we might be cooking up.
Oh
for
yeah, we
these
should do a
people.
predictions episode.
Yeah, we should do a predictions
Yeah.
episode.
Hey,
I don't
you
know
might
what
come
I'm
up with a
gonna
good enough idea that changes his
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
It's very
Absolutely
possible.
possible.
Very
we have
possible.
to change and pivot mid-season.
So that's cool.
Like
So,
we haven't done it before.
and we're also, and again, very vague. We're also working on stuff outside of the physical trail location.
That
That's all
doesn't
I
sound very vague at all.
Yeah.
That was pretty.
Well, there's a lot coming. Stay tuned.
Like I said, a stressful amount.
And then, of course, one of the big things for us every year is the Trans World Halloween and Attractions Trade Show in St. Louis.
Yeah.
That's always a fun time. That's kind of the big industry trade show for haunted houses. They have everything and anything you could ever imagine there. It's huge. Normally it's in mid-March, but this year, because they have some construction going on during the facilities, the convention center, it's in the very first week of February. So it's going to be chaotic for us to
Freezing cold.
to go up there and coordinate with our Valentine's rehearsals and getting ready for that. But
It's someone's birthday.
yeah, my wife's 30th birthday's right in the middle of that.
I'll just go ahead and apologize in advance to the Hilton Hotel.
No, it's the Marriott.
Marriott,
Yeah.
sorry. Marriott Hotel, go ahead and apologize in advance.
But maybe if we're lucky this year, we can document our travels this year.
I don't know if that's going to be the best for my personal well-being,
We'll have a
but
cutoff time.
Movie
no,
magic.
no filming after 7 p.m.
I just got to put a mask on.
We'll get you some prosthetics. But anyway, so that's, 2023 is going to be crazy, stupid busy for us. We've got even more. If you guys, this is what I want to stress. If you guys thought this year, our ninth season was big and how are we going to top this, don't worry. There's more. Magic never stops.
Yeah. Not a day goes by where there's not like, hey, what if we did this? Or is this a good idea? Or
Yeah, it's going to be big. That's all I can say. It's going to be big.
it's gonna be me.
Do we want to go ahead and get to the fun fact of the day?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, go ahead.
Did you have something else you wanted to say?
Well, we had a fan question if you want to talk about that.
What was the fan question?
I will read it.
Which,
to
if you want to send in your fan questions, and thank you for those guys who sent those in, we could make our
Q&A
episode a couple episodes ago. Make sure you email Calvin. That's Calvin at SirHenry'sHauntedTrail.com.
CALVIN, not CAVIN, as my script says.
Calvin.
Kevin. But yeah, so this is from Tyler B. He said, I discovered Sir Henry's this year after moving to Florida. I noticed and I picked up a paper from the event that correlated a Bible verse to each trail. Can you talk about how you incorporate that into the business/design of the haunt?
Yeah, so that's an interesting question. No shame here. My faith is a huge thing in everything I do. I just happen to be a Christian, or I know there's probably stereotypes and whatever with that comes with that. But then, no, I'm a Christian. That's what I believe, and I do build my faith into the design of the event. Have since the beginning. If you notice on our website, there's a Bible verse on there, and that's just kind of like a motivational inspiration thing for me. On that, but then each year, I tie a symbolic tie-in of each trail story back to a Bible versus correlation. And this is not any kind of thing where it's like, hey, here's a Bible, I'm gonna beat you over the head.
Yeah.
It's art, and I feel like a lot of Christians don't fully understand the correlation between art and their faith, and that's something that frustrates me. And I wanted to make sure I did what I could to change that stereotype or whatever, if you will. So each year, we have each trail story, and there's a symbolic tie-in back to that. If you think that's cool, great. If you don't care, then great, whatever. It's nothing in your face. It's there if you want to know more about it. And so that's what it is. And Brad and Amanda were also very, very cool enough because we kind of share some of the same beliefs that they, when they write the books, they incorporate aspects of the story back into Bible verses as well.
And
so
can people go on the website to learn more about this?
I'm pretty sure there's a page on there. If not, there should be, but I'm pretty sure it's in the back of the books. They talk about that too in there, but it might need to be on the website.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was a great question. Thank you, Tyler B, for sending that in. A great question.
Yeah. So then, what do you got to tell us?
So
today?
our fun fact of the day, and this is actually pretty fun because we have so many fans now going into year 10. We're still in year 9. I'm getting ahead of myself, but we have so many fans, and they come from all over. So our fun fact is how far some of these guests travel to see us. And no, it's not just from Winter Haven. We had over the past 2 seasons, a couple of these places stood out to me, and I made notes about it. I know we had a guest come down flying from Seattle. Their name is on Instagram, and I'm forgetting it. We also had a family come in from Spain this year,
Really?
to see us. They were at the event. I think they kind of did like a little vlog not podcast, but like a vlog review about it. They tagged us in. It was all in Spanish, so I couldn't read it, but I'll have to get my wife to read it. And so that was cool, and I know they had a great time. So that was awesome. And then I spoke with a family that came on the phone. They came from London. They were here our 3rd or 4th weekend, and flew in just to see us and kind of.
So how
spend
did
time
they
in the
take
area.
your character?
I don't think they picked up on it. Well, it's not like I walk around with a Cockney accent or anything.
I mean, sure, you're not allowed to talk.
Yeah.
Calvin plays Jack the Ripper, just
Yeah.
in case you know. So that was cool. And then we have some fans in Puerto Rico. We actually have some friends out there that own a haunted house. So shout out to you guys. Thank you. They come up to our event. Thank you guys.
They
for
came
some-
on media night.
Yeah, they were here on
Yeah.
Media Night. Yep. And then we've had Maine, and last year, cool. It was we had somebody from Venezuela. They told Sir Henry that we saw you guys on like a website or a YouTube channel or something, and we came all the way up here just to see you from Venezuela.
Yeah.
So, okay, pretty cool.
We got arms everywhere.
Destination haunt is what we're becoming.
Maybe we'll let you stay in the mansion one night.
Yeah.
Now we got to work on the Sir Henry's Airbnb. Totally themed out. Shout out to my father-in-law for that idea.
We almost got to the end.
Ah.
Dude, we got so far.
No, I get a take back. It's the final episode.
No.
Nope.
No.
Oh, Zach, this is the one episode where it mattered.
Oh,
No, put it in.
Put it away.
Cry.
God, this hurts.
Oh my gosh.
That hurts.
So
So
close.
good. So close.
Almost flawless.
Good
on
thing
last
the season's over with and you've got your money.
Yeah, well, now we've got to invest it into something other than fog machines.
Oh.
Anyway, so yeah, that was our fun fact of the day. Thank you guys for tuning into our.
Well, you didn't finish what you were saying before.
What'd I say?
Father-in-law?
Yeah.
Oh, I said shout out to my father-in-law. It's already in there for the Airbnb Sir Henry's idea.
Oh, he actually came up with
Oh
it?
yeah.
Oh, dude.
So,
Can we think about that?
No,
So, yeah.
absolutely not.
No,
oh, yeah. I know a
it's-
guy that builds houses.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
We might have to look into that. But no, we got some cool stuff coming down the pipeline. Oh, the other thing I want to mention too, before we go, is we're going to have more media content. So if you guys like listening to the podcast, you guys enjoyed that, we're going to be creating even more content, video content, multimedia content,
Keeping up with the Henrys.
keeping up with the Henrys.
Maybe we'll even go review some haunts.
Whoa.
I mean, everybody's doing it. So
Yeah, right.
might
Why
as
not?
well.
I think we're qualified.
You can go as the sober ones. I'll go as the drunk one and give
There you
you a
go.
really twisted view.
Yeah.
Or maybe it'll just be an honest review.
Or the upside
Don't come to our
down.
place. Anyway,
Yeah, right.
Hey, just don't.
So-
just let me get the hit in the head.
Yeah.
We'll talk. Our lawyers will talk.
I'll have my people contact your people and we'll figure something
We
out.
are the people.
Yeah.
All right, but thank you guys so much for tuning into our first part of our first season of Sir Henry's Haunted Podcast. We're going to take a few week hiatus, and then once we get going into Christmas stuff, we'll mix all that in with some Valentine's Day stuff too to wrap up our first complete season of the podcast. So please stay tuned to all our social medias. For our next podcast episode will be in a couple weeks. But thank you guys for tuning in. Stay spooky, friends. We'll see you soon.
Yeah. Sayonara.